Is fame limited to the well-known? Tonight, we're going to shed some skin on this question. Layla Downs first became famous the second she met Sly Stallone on the set of the third Rocky film. Now she puts forth all the details of that relationship. Miller, that's good writing. Anyway, she details all the details of that relationship and ones with Billy Idol, Eric Estrada, Jose Canseco, and the artist formerly known as Gallagher. All this in her new book entitled My Nights Under the Stars and My Days on Top. Please welcome Layla Downs.
It's a true pleasure to be here, Dick.
Oh, great. Now, Layla, over the past 10 years, you've had more celebrities going in and out of you than a parking space at Spago. How do you go about meeting all these celebrities?
Well, actually, Dick, it's as simple as A, B, C, D. Accidents bring celebrity dates.
You know, I've heard of accidents bringing celebrity children, but never celebrity dates. How's it work?
Well, what I do is I create an accident with a celebrity, and I make him think he's hurt me. And that gets him interested in my well-being real fast.
Ooh. How'd you figure this out?
Well, I discovered it one day when I was driving on the freeway and I was cut off by Jeff Bridges.
Ooh, Jeff Bridges of the famous acting family, Father Lloyd, brothers Bo and Todd.
I bruised my shoulder. It was nothing serious, but he was very concerned, and he ended up asking me out on a date.
Ooh. So obviously this theory of accidental contact has worked for well. In fact, you detail all these encounters and many others in your book, which reads like a who's who of who. How did you meet Sting?
I bumped into him at the gym, elbow laceration.
And Jack Nicholson?
I walked into his 7-iron, fractured tibia.
Oh. Gary Busey?
Oh, I fell into his motorcycle. Punctured nasal cavity.
Ooh. And Cato Kalin?
I tripped over Cato coming out of an unemployment office. But I don't think he'll remember.
Oh, that Cato. Anyway, all these accidents have created, you've become a celebrity yourself now.
That's right, that's right. I now have a thriving career in made-for-video movies.
Yes. I just recently rented you in Chained Bosoms and the sequel Unchained Bosoms. I loved all four.
Thank you very much.
Well, Layla, you look at fame from the inside out. My next guest looks at fame from the outside in. Miller, you're hot today. Anyway, this guest is a man who puts his nose in everyone's scuttlebutt. Please welcome gossip guy extraordinaire, Francis the Mule. Hello, Francis.
Hello, Richard.
You are the guru of gossip, the Raja of rumor. What's the latest from Tinseltown?
Well, dear, based on the success of Hugh Grant's movie 9 Months, all the studios are hot on the concept of the pre-opening scandal. So look out soon for Kevin Costner to be caught smoking crack with an underage transvestite.
But tell us about the gossip game, Francis. How do you nab the blab, dig up the dirt, scoop up the poop? That last one's rhetorical.
Fortunately, dear, everyone has a story they're only too willing to sell. Towel boys, bus boys, cabana boys, paper boys, box boys, errand boys, fly boys, sailor boys. I'm sorry, dear, did you ask me something?
Actually, I didn't ask you anything, but you obviously love your work.
Oh, yes, sweetheart. You see, there is something special about being around people who are so special.
Well, if they're so special, then why don't you report the truth about them?
Well, I report nothing but the truth. Like your new breasts.
Layla, you're not going to take that lying down, are you?
Well, why not? She takes everything else that way.
At least the men I sleep with are old enough to drive.
Well, dear, considering the number of men you've served, you should have golden arches over your bed.
You're just jealous of someone who actually knows celebrities.
Oh, please, that phony old ABCD. Dick, do you know what that stands for? Nothing but a bunch of old cow dung.
Well, that would be ABOOCD.
It's not phony. I can meet any celebrity by accident within 10 minutes.
Accidents? Is that why you keep falling to your knees?
Oh, you bitch!
You tramp.
You're me. I don't even know anybody.
Hey, ladies! Let's calm down, okay? There's only one way to solve this. We're going to put Layla's methods to a test. Are you game?
You got it, Dick.
Okay, Miller, come on out here. Take Layla down to Tribeca, that celebrity hangout in Beverly Hills.
Hi.
And let's see if she can accidentally meet a celebrity. Oh. And speaking of accidents, when we come back, we'll hear what Lisa Marie saw when she accidentally caught Michael Jackson in the nude. Stick around.
They're laughed at, ridiculed, and no one believes their story. They're married men who only have sex with their wives. Only on nightstand.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. All right, from the woes of celebrity gossip, we go to the woes of being a celebrity sibling. Miller, you keep this up, you're getting a parking space. Our next guest is the brother of David Letterman's band leader, Paul Shaffer. Please welcome Barry Shaffer.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Barry.
Thank you so much, Dick. Thank you.
So, Barry, you are a musician like your brother, is that right?
Yes, I also do the music thing. Paul's been very nice to me. He lent me his act. In fact, he even let me dig this organ out of his trash.
Well, it's boss that you guys get along so well. But, Barry, let's take off the bloody gloves that don't fit. In your book that was never published, you describe yourself as a miserable failure. Now, who would say that about you?
I did.
But all that changed when Paul got the gig on Letterman, right?
Yes, Dick. That's right. He got all the breaks, but I got the hair. In a nutty, twisty, crazy kind of thing, Dick, I began to lose my identity, and soon I began to do the morning cocktail thing. Then the drug thing. And then the gambling thing. And then, of course, the prostitution thing.
Okay, Barry, enough about the perks, though. When did it start to slide?
It was sliding, babe. You know, I just couldn't handle my brother's success. But luckily, I found help. I found a place where I could get some help. A fantastic place called BB.
BB?
Bitter Brothers, babe.
Well, wouldn't that be BBB?
No, Dick, it's just Bitter Brothers.
Oh.
Yes. See, it's a support group for the Latoyas, Titos, and Marlons of this world.
It sounds terrific. We got a caller on the line. Caller, are you there? Caller, you there?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Dick.
Yeah. You got a question?
Yeah, I've got a question for the gossip guy.
Yeah, Francis, go ahead.
Yes, I was wondering, who's got a bigger penis? You or Howard Stern? Baba boo, baba boo, baba boo.
Okay. Hey, stop. Let's stop that, right? Let's stop that call right there. Let me explain this to you folks. This is a call from a fan of this jock shock named Howard Stern. She's laughing, but I've never heard. See, I've never heard this Mr. Stern's program. I know nothing about him, his sidekick, Robin Quivers, Stuttering John, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, Fred Norris, Ganji Gorilla, Billy West, Gary Delabate, or Gay Rich, who stops by occasionally. I've never heard any of them, and what I do know of them, I absolutely detest. Okay, when we come back, we're going to play Black Jeopardy and Lesbian Dial-A-Date, so stick around.
Allow me to present new Ritz Air Crisps, a rather delicate new snack.
And I think Layla is just about ready to have a close encounter of the celebrity kind. Layla, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Dick.
Ooh, great. That means the audio company got our check. So where are you?
I'm here at Tribeca in Beverly Hills.
Ooh, the eatery and drinkery of the stars.
That's right, and as you can see, there's a lot of action. There's lots of celebrities. In fact, according to one of the busboys...
Oh, that's Maclovio. Hi, Mac.
We just missed Chuck Norris and John Kennedy.
Ooh, I didn't know they were an item. Ooh, have you zoomed in on a target yet for yourself?
Well, I haven't been actually able to... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think we're onto something. I've just spotted Dennis Miller over by the Heimlich maneuver poster.
Ooh, Dennis Miller.
That's right. He's eating some crab cakes.
Well, if anyone knows their way around crabs, it's Layla.
All right, Layla, we're going to get you set up. We'll check in with you in a little bit, okay?
Gotcha.
Francis, Dennis Miller, pretty impressive, huh?
Oh, absolutely moi, dear. Dennis Miller, leading roles in Disclosure, The Net, and now starring in the new Tales from the Crypt movie. And to think, on Saturday Night Live, he was considered the one who couldn't act. Lorne, the man's a star.
Well, I don't know what Lauren Green has to do with it, but... Anyway, let's get back to you, Barry.
Yes.
Your celebrity sibling support group. I understand this group was formed by Jerry Van Dyke. Is that right?
That's right, Dick. Jerry did find the group, but fortunately, he left us once he got some work on the fabulous show Coach.
Oh. Interesting, Barry. So it sounds like you guys are really performing a service.
Well, we're trying. We're trying. And with the help of Joey Travolta, Roger Clinton, and both Landers sisters, ha-cha-cha, we're really reaching out to people who need our help.
Well, that's wonderful. Okay, from the way Miller's drooling, I guess Layla's landed a big one down at Tribeca. Is that right, Miller? Layla, how's it going on the Dennis Miller stakeout?
Well, we were right on schedule, Dick, and I was just about to approach him when he ordered a second cappuccino.
Ooh, probably getting all hopped up for a comedy gig tonight. All right, when we come back, we'll hear how a plastic surgeon almost drowned in a Nell Carter liposuction mishap. Stick around.
Suspected Kado Kalen.
And
If I say I'm a whore, I'm a whore.
teenage hard-body prostitutes. These tricks are not for kids. Phil Hartman plays Illegal Alien Star Search and get hooked on hookers. All this and much more next week on Nightstand with me, your host and friend, Dick Dietrick. Thank you. We're back and we're continuing our safari through the star-filled outback. Francis, I understand you've brought us a story so sordid, so shocking, even Springer wouldn't touch it.
That's right, Dick. So, of course, I brought it to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So what have you got?
Well, Dick, this is the story of a woman who came to this country with nothing but a few pesos and a recipe for flouters.
You know, I'm curious. How many flouters in $1?
I don't know. Anyway, this woman took a dream job in Beverly Hills and found herself in a hellish nightmare that drove her to tears just thinking about it.
Ooh, that sounds terrific. Folks, let's bring her out. Please welcome Miss Blanca Verde. Hello, Blanca. Merci for joining us.
You are welcome, Mr. Dick.
Blanca, can you tell us the name of your evil employer?
Well, we'll give you a hint. Now, go ahead, Blanca.
Isla Meal, Isla Muscle, Horse and Pepper Incorporated.
She worked for a law firm?
No, Mr. Dick. I work for Tindy Billions.
Oh, Tindy Billiams. Oh, from Naverna and Shirley fame. Yes. Of course, you know, it's hard to picture Milwaukee's sweetheart in any kind of lurid, compromising position, but I'm willing to try.
I can't work for Miss Tindy. I'm just a poor woman, only trying to be feeding my crying babies.
Ooh, a reminder, our next week's show, childhood nutrition. Is it overrated? Please, go on.
She is crazy with the drugs. In her arm and up her nose.
Whoa.
I know one word there, but I need the money.
Uh-huh.
And then she beat me.
She beat you. I know the pain.
Mr. Tindy, no better.
Mr. Tindy.
He likes the boys.
He likes the boys.
He come home one night
Uh-huh.
into my room and he's drunk.
Uh-huh.
And he think I'm a boy.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
And he called me Johnny. And he is a scoutmaster.
You're Johnny and he's the scoutmaster.
And he beat me.
Well, Blanca, let me ask you this. Do you have a green card? Better yet, do you have a gold card? Forgive me, Blanca. I just wanted to interject what we in English call a comedy zinger. Gracias for playing along.
I can't live with these secrets in my heart.
And you don't have to, my vato.
That's right, Dick. Blanca has also worked for other Tinseltown trash, and we're writing a book together.
Well, I think writing a book is good therapy, but facing your demons is good television. Because backstage right now is your employeress, star of the hit comedy Laverne and Shirley. Please welcome Miss Cindy Billiams. Welcome to the show, Cindy. You probably know Blanca. Blanca Cindy, Cindy Blanca. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Hello, Blanca. I hope you're enjoying your 15 minutes of fame. And now that you've had the thrill of spreading these vicious lies about me and my family, why don't you tell everybody how I paid for your full medical coverage? How I got you your green card. How I put your son Nacho through chiropractic school. And now, Blanca, I would like everything back, and I mean everything.
Here go the earrings.
Everything. You're forgetting something. Okay, Blanca. All right, Blanca, where is it? You know what I'm talking about.
No sé a qué se refiere.
I want it back.
Le he dado todo, mi sudor, mi sangre. ¿Qué más quiere?
No, I want it back now, Blanca.
This is all over a cat?
Not just a cat, Mr. Everything that's wrong with show business. You know something, Dick? It's sensationalistic talk shows like yours that offer rat butts like him a forum to spew their bile. Shame on you, Dick! Shame on you, Dick.
Hey, Cindy, any TV projects coming down the pike? Well, I guess not. Well, we've had a pretty action-packed show so far. Not much left to do, but check in with Layla. Layla, how you doing down there?
I'm getting ready to make my move, Dick.
Yeah, I think we just heard that a couple of minutes ago.
There's Dennis. Gotta run.
Oh, there's Dennis Miller right there.
Okay, good to see
There he is.
All right.
Hey, are you okay?
You're Dennis Miller.
And you're Joey Heatherton.
I'm Layla Downs.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Oh! She did it! She did it with a couple of minutes to spare, but remember, folks, Layla is a professional. Don't try this at home. So what have we learned about fame? Well, we've learned that fame is usually limited to the well-known. And that fame is fleeting, and that the famous shouldn't hire illegal aliens. But there's also a downside. You see, people are always watching you when you're famous, and as a result, things you take for granted are hardships for people like me. For example, I can't buy Preparation H without people gawking at me. I can't stiff a waiter. I can't hang around a Catholic girls' school waiting for that 3 o'clock bell. And I'm forced to wash my hands after using a public bathroom. So the next time you're standing in line to buy some hemorrhoid cream, think of me. For now, I'm Dick Dietrick.
Zenith high-fashion, state-of-the-art quality audio products with innovative styling and features. Experience surround sound in the comfort of your home or office. Available at fine stores nationwide. Take in the adventure and freshness of the great outdoors with Aspen, the exhilarating cologne for men.
You can only get it with a prescription. Habitrol nicotine patch. Isn't it about time you asked your doctor about it? Habitrol.
Glade Clip-Ons, the refillable air freshener designed specially for your car. Now with more freshening power.